Clash Royale is buffed. Royale reborn. Is this the new era of Clash Royale? But no new update, no miracle fix, yet somehow Clash Royale is blowing up. Revenue? Record-breaking. Interest? Exploding. Streamers? Flooding back. How did this happen? And more importantly, will it last? This is the Clash Royale comeback nobody saw coming, and it might be unstoppable. Part 1. The Comeback in Numbers. In March of 2025, Clash Royale earned just over $15 million. Respectable, but, nothing groundbreaking. Then came April. Revenue climbed to $17 million, and in May, $28 million. Let that sink in. That is nearly double in just 60 days. A massive spike, a number that has not been seen in years on this game. But this isn't 2016 launch hype. This is 8 years later. Clash Royale should have been dead by now kind of money. Most mobile games fade out by this point, quietly forgotten. But not Clash Royale. It didn't just survive, it exploded. And it wasn't just revenue. This game also brought in over 2 million downloads in a single month. That's not returning players, that is new players, new installs, fresh eyes, a brand new wave of users discovering Clash Royale for the first time, or coming back after years away. And it wasn't a fluke. Clash Royale was suddenly outperforming Brawl Stars, nearly matching Clash of Clans and cracking back into the top 10 highest grossing games on iOS. That just doesn't happen with mobile games. But here's the thing, there was no major content update, no new game mode, no progression fix, no economy overhaul, so how? What triggered this comeback? Because clearly something did. Just take one look at Google Trends. Search interest in Clash Royale spiked to levels not seen since 2021, and in the US, it's practically peaking. Globally, the numbers are rising fast. In fact, Clash Royale is now seeing more organic search volume than it has in over 3 years. And it is still climbing. This isn't some marketing push, this isn't some limited time event, this is real. So what is fueling it? Because Supercell didn't do anything, they didn't bring people back, the players just came in anyway. And the reason why? Well, it all started with one guy. And 30,000 people watching him live. The Jynxzi effect. It wasn't a balance patch, it wasn't a new card or a flashy tournament, it was a streamer. Jynxzi.
Yes. It's not an addiction.
Yes.
No, it's not. It's for content or something. It's not an addiction.
Known for his energetic Rainbow Six Siege content, Jynxzi was never supposed to be the face of Clash Royale, and no one really saw it coming. But in early 2025, he loaded up Clash Royale for a stream, a nostalgic throwback to a game he hadn't touched in years. The first stream, it kind of felt like a joke, just some harmless nostalgia, a one-off. But it didn't stop. Jynxzi came back the next day, and the next, and soon this wasn't about nostalgia anymore. He dove headfirst into Clash Royale's competitive scene, engaging with pros, asking for tips, studying top-tier gameplay, hosting $10,000 community tournaments. And then, everything just kinda exploded. His Twitch chat went wild, his YouTube clips trended constantly. At one point, he peaked at 40,000 concurrent viewers for a mobile card game from 2016. Let that sink in. Seriously, he's been at the door since the start of this video. I know that joke's probably overused, but it's still funny to me, damn it. 40,000 people watching Clash Royale live. But why? Because Jynxzi made Clash Royale fun again. He wasn't just playing, he was competing. He was learning, improving, getting coached, and through it all he showed his audience, many of whom had never played before, that Clash Royale was still thrilling, fast, and deeply competitive. And people really noticed. Even top creators like Riley and Ian77 started featuring Jynxzi in their videos. One of Riley's most viewed uploads? Just Jynxzi reacting to him getting #1 in the world. His enthusiasm wasn't just popular, it was contagious.
Look, I'm just hearing a lot of talk and I'm trying to get to the bottom of it.
I can't focus, man!
Bro. Look, man, you challenged, you called me a wimp, little bro. You called me a wimp. You fucking, man. Jynxzi, you're gonna have the greasiest, slimiest, sloppiest body I've ever seen, and I can't wait for it.
Thousands of players reinstalled the game just because of him. Tens of thousands downloaded it for the first time, drawn in by his hype and raw passion. In a game many believed was circling the drain, one creator proved otherwise. And here's the thing, this wasn't a fluke. The spike in interest lined up exactly with Jynxzi's stream schedule. But he wasn't alone. Jynxzi brought back the excitement, but the heart of Clash Royale, that came from someone else. A creator who reminded us why we ever loved this game in the first place. And his name was Ken. Part 3. The Ken Phenomenon. Not too long ago, one of Clash Royale's most beloved creators simply vanished. You might remember KFC Clash. If you've been around Clash Royale for a while, you definitely know the name. 600,000 subscribers strong, built entirely on skits, hilarious parodies, and crazy challenges. His content was legendary, defining an era of Clash Royale YouTube. And then, almost overnight, he disappeared. No videos, no tweets, no explanation. To everyone watching, it seemed like he'd thrown away everything he'd built. The success, the influence, the fame, all gone without a word. But he didn't vanish. He transformed. Today, you simply know him as Ken. And his story might just be the most genuine, organic comeback the Clash Royale community has ever witnessed. It all began, sadly, where a lot of content creators end up. Burnout. KFC Clash felt hollow to him, like he was stuck playing a role instead of being himself.
For a few reasons. A few days ago, I left the Supercell creator program and deleted my creator code so that I could swear in my own videos. So I don't have to turn into some kid-friendly, Teletubby, brand-safe fucking family channel. If you want to watch Ryan's toy reviews, this is not the place for it. Because in my Twitch chat, if I say even a swear word at the moment, it's like I've killed the Pope or something. Everyone recoils in fear as I speak the dreaded language of the devil. But the big reason I feel like I couldn't be myself is because I've been so focused on numbers and growth. I've been so focused on growth on my channel that I sucked the personality out of a lot of my videos.
Everything was optimized, polished, and meticulously planned for views, likes, and clicks. But behind the scenes, Ken wanted more than that. He didn't just want to create Clash Royale content. He wanted to create something real. And so he made a decision that shocked everyone. He walked away. He left behind 600,000 subscribers. He stepped away from working with Mr. Beast, a position most creators would dream of. He turned down sponsorships, status, and a guaranteed path to YouTube stardom. Instead, he started fresh, launching a new channel called Ken with absolutely zero expectations. At first glance, Ken's new content wasn't special. There was no flashy edits, no carefully scripted skits, no polished thumbnails designed for maximum clicks. Instead, he simply turned on his camera, played Clash Royale, and told stories from his real life. These videos were raw, unfiltered, often messy, and incredibly human. No one predicted what might happen next. Almost overnight, Ken's new videos went from a few thousand views to tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands, eventually reaching millions. Viewers weren't just watching Clash Royale, they were connecting with Ken. His videos didn't feel like content, they felt like conversations, as if you were just hanging out with a good friend who happened to be climbing the ladder in Clash Royale. And as his channel exploded, something even bigger happened. Ken made Clash Royale feel truly alive again. He didn't chase trends, he started them. His humor, his authenticity, and his down-to-earth personality turned everyday Clash Royale moments into genuine memes. Whether he was poking fun at Elixir column players or crafting hilarious bits around Goblin Curse, Ken gave Clash Royale a sense of culture and community it hadn't seen in years.
amplified damage. And did you know that Goblin Curse has damage amplification? I love Goblin Curse, I don't know if I've made that clear on this channel. And the Goblin Curse, which has damage amplification. Damage amplification, give you a little boost. If something's Goblin Cursed, it's doing amplified damage. So that's why I went with a Goblin Curse for that damage amplification. Goblin Curse, shout out damage amplification. If you didn't know, that's what it does. And I'll just go for a Goblin Curse to finish this all off. Alongside the damage amplification, get a Goblin and damage amplification.
And despite having the opportunity to cash in on his sudden surge of popularity, Ken stayed humble, repeatedly turning down sponsorship deals and paid promotions. He wasn't successful because he was perfect. He was successful because he was genuine. And here's the most powerful part of Ken's comeback. His authenticity didn't just bring back nostalgic viewers. It made new players stay. Ken made people laugh. He made them care about the game in a way Clash Royale's official updates hadn't been able to do for years. In a period where official game updates felt cold, sterile, and out of touch, Ken gave Clash Royale a heartbeat, a personality. But as amazing as Ken's journey is, it wasn't happening in isolation. While Ken gave Clash Royale its emotional core and Jynxzi rekindled its excitement, the resurgence was spreading. This wasn't just one or two creators anymore, this was turning into something much bigger. A wave was forming, and as it grew, it was about to become unstoppable. Let's dive into that wave because it is bigger than anyone ever imagined. Part 4. The Creator Wave. Right now, Clash Royale is experiencing something remarkable. It's not just about Jynxzi's hype or Ken's genuine storytelling, it is bigger. Much bigger. It is a collective wave, fueled by creators who've taken Clash Royale into their own hands, breathing new life into a game many had dismissed as done for good. Let's start with Alt, a name you might not recognize unless you've been blessed by the glory of the Barbarian Hut. Yep, you heard that right. This guy dedicated his entire channel to Barb Hut, the forgotten card gathering dust in the corner of your uncle's basement. His content isn't just absurdly chaotic and unhinged, it is irresistibly hilarious. He takes something mundane and makes it extraordinary, transforming a seemingly useless building into an icon. Alt isn't just making memes, he's rediscovering the pure joy of Clash Royale, reminding everyone why we started playing in the first place. And fans are eating it up, desperate for a new upload. Then there is Brad. Brad is not your typical YouTuber. He doesn't upload daily. He doesn't even upload weekly. In fact, you might even forget that he exists between videos. But when a new one drops, it hits every single time. Why? Because Brad is brutally honest. If he hates the game one day, he'll tell you. If he loses badly and feels like trash, he'll laugh it off and post it anyway. And even though he doesn't love Clash Royale as intensely as before, fans trust him completely. His videos feel like you're just chilling with an old friend, laughing at how ridiculously frustrating, and somehow still addictive, the game can be. Then there's Saxon. If you've ever needed a break from the chaos, Saxon is your guy. His content feels like a warm summer evening, casually climbing ladder while telling laid-back stories that resonate deeply with viewers. There's a quiet authenticity in his videos that make him uniquely enjoyable. It's like listening to your favorite podcast while your friend climbs a ladder. He's chill, relatable, and genuinely good at the game, making his content a perfect blend of skill and storytelling. But honestly, this isn't just about individual creators anymore. What we're witnessing is an entire generation, both new and old, lifting Clash Royale up for a second life. Each creator is contributing something unique, something personal, and something real. When you combine all those voices, you don't just get videos, you get a thriving, living community. So the big question in all of this is, where is Supercell in all of this? I know that's the big one a lot of people have on their mind. Because while these content creators have built a new era of Clash Royale, the developers seem kind of trapped in the past. If they don't start paying attention now, if they don't seize this moment, they might squander the biggest opportunity this game has seen in years. And that is exactly what we need to talk about next. Part 5. Supercell's missed opportunity. Right now, something truly extraordinary is happening inside of Clash Royale. Creators are breathing life into the game, players are flooding back, and the excitement hasn't felt this real in years. It is a renaissance, one of the rare moments a game dreams of. But there is one massive problem. Supercell is nowhere to be found. No meaningful updates, no communication, not even the slightest acknowledgement of what's going on. The community's frustration is kind of reaching its breaking point, because this revival isn't happening because of Supercell. It's happening in spite of them. And the players, they're not just sitting around complaining. They're desperately trying to fix things themselves. They're posting ideas, not vague complaints, but thoughtful, genuinely game-changing concepts. Things like bringing back chests as battle rewards, the iconic progression system that once made matches truly feel rewarding, instead of today's frustrating, lucky drop system. Creating a season shop that actually matters, with meaningful ways to earn Evo shards, banners, wild cards, and even built-in pity systems to make progression feel fair again. Let's be honest here, challenges kinda need a rework. They need to offer rewards that players actually care about, not just the same recycled emotes and pitiful amounts of gold. Addressing the most frustrating cards, Firecracker, Elixir Column, Royal Recruits, cards that don't just annoy but actively ruin the enjoyment of battles. Cards whose designs create more frustration than fun. And finally, but most importantly, implement true community-driven card balancing, not based purely on win rates and stats, but on how the game actually feels to play. On top of all of this, players aren't just making suggestions, they're holding Supercell accountable. Some have even uncovered misleading advertising in the App Store, where screenshots still show legendary chests despite them being quietly removed from the game. Players are calling out this blatant deception, labeling it as exactly what it is: manipulative design, promising something great and delivering something worse, all while microtransactions are at an all-time high. It's painful to watch, especially knowing how great Clash Royale could truly be. Supercell stands at the crossroads of a historic moment. They have a chance to listen, to actually listen to a passionate community begging them to care. They don't even need to get it perfect, just a gesture, a sign, a step in the right direction. If they ignore this moment, Clash Royale could go down as one of the biggest missed opportunities in the history of mobile gaming. But there is one last twist to this story, because if Supercell chooses to finally pay attention, if they open their eyes and realize what's happening right now, this comeback could transform into something far greater than anyone ever imagined. It's time to talk about exactly how they can make that happen. Part 6. Where Clash Royale goes from here. Right now, Clash Royale is kinda sitting on an absolute goldmine. Millions are playing again, watching again, and creating content again. But here is the harsh reality. This explosive revival is built on cracked foundations. Progression still feels broken and unfair, matchmaking still leaves players frustrated, and communication from the developers is, let's be honest, non-existent. In short, the community is doing everything right, while Supercell is standing still. But here's the crucial thing to understand. It's not too late. Supercell doesn't need a miracle. They already kinda got one. They just need to meet the moment. And here's exactly how they can do it. Start with communication. Talk to the players openly and honestly. Show a roadmap, host a developer Q&A, make a simple statement. Anything to acknowledge what is happening right now and to show you're listening. Fix the broken progression system, whether it means bringing back the rewarding thrill of battle chests, creating a genuine and meaningful season shop, or removing the frustration of randomized lucky drops. Make players feel like their time matters again. Balance the game for fun, not just numbers. Listen to the community's frustration about cards that ruin their experience. Cards like Firecracker, Mega Knight, and Royal Recruits. They don't have to be statistically broken to feel unfair. Addressing these cards would instantly make the game feel healthier, fairer, and genuinely enjoyable again. And most importantly, support your creators. They are the true lifeblood of this revival. They've kept Clash Royale alive when Supercell wasn't paying attention. The community trusts them, loves them, and listens to them. Empower them, work with them, celebrate them, because creators aren't just marketing your game, they're protecting it. Supercell stands at a crossroads. They have two clear paths ahead. They can double down on short-term profits, squeezing the game dry for every cent, ultimately driving players away again, or they can double down on trust, listen to their players, collaborate with creators, and build something that's not just profitable but sustainable, something that can flourish for another decade. I mean, think about it. Millions of us are still playing a game we were told was supposed to die years ago. A game filled to the brim with frustrating flaws, yet bursting with unmatched potential. So imagine just for a second what could happen if Supercell finally woke up. Imagine a Clash Royale that didn't just return to its former glory, but surpassed it. Imagine updates players begged for. Imagine a game built by and for the community. Imagine Clash Royale becoming bigger, better, and more beloved than ever before. It is entirely possible. All Supercell has to do is finally open their eyes. I know this was a bit of a departure from our normal content on the channel, but oh my god, it's been insanely exciting to see this game blow up. All the new content, the massive focus on it has been astounding. But if you need something to watch while you're waiting for the next big update, you don't want to miss this other video where I cover every broken skeleton in Clash Royale ever. Trust me, this is a story you absolutely need to see. I'll see you there.